Am I now? Am I really? Let's see. Uh, Hello. Volume. Hello. Volume. Hello. Hello, Ken. Hello, Ken. Hold on. I'm going to get a delay here. Wait. Feedback loop. I was listening to the audio to see what kind of delay I had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seconds. Hi, Ken. How's it going? I'm trying it again. I bought a long cable to go into my router, and I'm using StreamYards instead of OBS. So I have a question for you, Ken. Does everybody wear headphones to listen to each other and the rest of the stream? Do I need headphones so I can hear this? I actually just put YouTube on my phone just so I could see if this was working. Look, I got some paint on this. It's not what I wanted. I was going for pearl white with this metallic green called Black Flash. I mixed a small amount of this into the pearl white, and instead of getting a green tinted white, I got pretty much plain silver. It's a nice silver, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted a green tinted pearl white. So I started over, and this is basically what I got. It seems pretty close to the it's kind of similar to the original Enterprise color, if you ask me. But I had a problem. I couldn't get it to spray through this. I think it's because I added a little bit of this other white to try to brighten it up a little, and it went like all curdly. That needs to be mixed. I spent about a half an hour last night straining it over and over and over again to try to get the little chunks out. So I ended up just painting it by hand with a brush. And hopefully I can get my airbrush spraying again so I can get a nice smooth coat on there. So you're saying most people do use headphones. You don't. So if you don't use headphones, how do you listen to the other builders that are in the stream without getting a feedback echo? Or did I even have that when I had my volume up? It seems to be working pretty smoothly. Do that. So yeah, I'm not really working on anything on Stream Live right now. I just wanted to get it set up just to see if I could I bought that Ethernet cable. Well, my wife bought it for me. Oh, hey, Johnny. My brother-in-law, Johnny. Too loud. He's directly below me. Can you hear this? Cool. Just testing it out, John boy. See if I can do this or not. Looks like it's working. Looks like it's working indeed. So what I've learned is my computer is not good enough to run OBS, but it seems to be doing pretty good with this. Can you hear me, Johnny? There's Cameron. It's working great. Right on. No LOLs. Ken, meet my two brother-in-laws, Cameron and Johnny. Imadua is Cameron and Too Loud is Johnny. My wife's wonderful brothers. They live in the apartment right below us, which is very nice and convenient. John and Cam, meet Ken from Ken's Hobby Bench. Guys, that's the dude who sent me the amazing Giant Enterprise and Klingon models and stuff. So bow down before him and thank him on my behalf, because you guys will get to see them in person. And hopefully Ken will someday get to see them in person. There's my little so we can see my little photon torpedo launcher. How close can I get before it gets out of focus? So, is there a way for me to control the is there a way for me to control the camera to zoom in? A big bow, my friend, from Johnny. Thanks, buddy. Camera itself. Oh, we got a. I'm tired now. Okay. Just looking for setting. See if I can zoom in or. Well, I'll figure that out. Can you guys see that? Little phaser turrets. Torpedo tubes. I've got a piece of cotton in there. I'm closing that up, but I do have a nice red panel in behind that. Well, there's that. Okay. That gives you a nice view of my red panel because this just came right off. No big. I can put that back. Not able to zoom in through StreamYards yet. Okay, so I would have to find the control settings of the camera itself. I'm not running the camera through any third-party software. It's just plugged right into the computer. So I guess the computer has camera settings? Huh? Don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to try to fix this little guy here. A little bit of a bummer. My cotton was harder than I thought. Gonna get the fret leveling beam. That little rub. go with go a little stronger of a grip on this one here. Those pointy ones are kind of bendy. What I like to do with this is just let it bubble out the end a bit. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Try this again. Like I was saying, I like to just let this bubble out of the end a little bit. Guess I didn't pop it all the way. Nope. Hi, hi, hi. So this is one of those instances where you're doing something and you say to your friend, hey, check out what I can do. And then you can't do it. Happens all the time. Me, anyways. Every time I'm doing something cool and I say, hey, look at this. Like what? Look at what? What are we supposed to be looking at right now? Okay, let's get this back on here. There we go. That's back. This is going to go here. This. So my dish will be there. And of course my Arboretum. I've got my Arboretum windows that I need to cut out. And they are right here on this little piece of plastic as a layer of clear glue. And I'm going to try it. I'll cut that and use it to make my windows. Okay, so what's going on? Howard's here. Hey, Howard, look at this. Jody is streaming live. Run away, run away. Oh, wait, this is cool. Well, if you guys think it's cool, maybe I'll keep going for a little while. If you guys want to watch, I was just setting up to test and make sure that I could actually do this. How you doing today, Howard? Mark's Mods is here, all the way from the UK. Good to see you, Mark's Mods. Thanks for tuning into my quick little test here. I didn't expect any viewers at all. This is my first time. Oh, straight tripping. This is my first time attempting this. Well, it's not my first time attempting it, but my first time successfully getting started. Shark's here too. How's it going, Ricardo? Geez, I didn't expect so many people in the room here. Well, we got Ricardo, we got Dash, we got Johnny Cam, we got Ken here. Geez, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Well, if you guys want to see me try to do a little more, see if we can get this window made. So, I know the approximate size I want. I should be able to get 2 of them out of this piece right here. So I'm just going to cut it down like that. This. Get a sharper blade. that is my alarm to go pick up my wife at work, but she's not at work today, so I can disregard that. If I can successfully separate this from the plastic without it breaking apart. Okay. Well, it's not absolutely perfect, but not bad for my first attempt at doing this. So if I could get that into here, I think I'll have a half decent looking window. Very thin and soft. Just like that. Let's see if I can find my arboretum. I wasn't prepared for doing anything here. So I don't even, there it is. There it is. Yes, it's over there. Did someone say it? It's over there. Come to watch blood and carnage like NASCAR because I was bored cleaning. Well, you know what, Howard, cleaning does get pretty boring sometimes. I do as much of it as I can around here. Sometimes my back won't let me do as much as I would like to. I think that's not too bad. Shiny. Really shiny. Gotta poke some of the paint out of these windows here. But once that's lit, I'm gonna have some lights in the ceiling. I'm not gonna put a light directly on this. I tested it out, just one singular bulb inside the thing. And if it's too close, it turns white and lights up. But if you have it backed up a little bit, have it backed up a little bit, it gives you a nice orange light coming through there. So I think I'll just let that be lit by the lighting that lights up the interior here. It's gonna be enough of it. We'll have some blue bleeding out of this. I'm gonna leave these open. So we'll have blue in here where the dish is. So let me get a small amount of this. Grab my poker chip here. Bit of glue there. Okay, so I'll just get a brush. Gonna line frame. All right. Buckman's here. Hey, Buck. Buckman's Model Mania. Thanks for joining. Like I was saying before, I was only planning on testing it, setting up to see if I could actually do a stream. And it seems like it's working, so I'm going to go for a little bit here and see what happens. Try and put this little window piece in. Finally, you guys will get to see all the mistakes that I edit out. Constantly editing. 4 or 5 hours of recording video gets me about a half an hour of usable video. I'm just gonna press that in a bit. I want to try to stretch it so it's flat. Don't want to see wrinkles in there. Pick up that corner a little bit before it sets. See, I'm gluing it with what it's made of. So I don't think I have much of a chance. Looks like I poked a hole in the side of it there. Maybe I can just move it over enough. Oh no. We got glue. We got glue. Okay, I'll try the other one. Wasn't hard to make this. All I had to do was put the glue down and let it flatten itself out over time. There's a paint spatter on this piece from when I was trying to airbrush last night. I don't know if anybody caught my comment right at the very end of the stream. Does anybody want an airbrush? Because I'm about to throw this thing out the window so hard that it's going to land somewhere in the US. So keep your heads up. And I was able to hide that little paint spatter behind the window frame. That's not bad. Gonna put a bit of this around the edge to hold it in place. I will look at the comments in a second. This is my first time, so you guys will have to give me a little bit of leeway with the chat. I will help you with the airbrushing again. Oh, thank you, Ken. Thank you so much. Todd is here, Marvel Effects. Hey, Todd. How's it going? I figured everybody had better stuff to be doing right now than tuning into this. I figured it would be a good time to test and see if I could do it. Wasn't expecting any viewers. And I could abruptly end it at any time, just so you guys know, because I will have to go pick up my wife. Yeah, got a little bit there, but that's okay. This is just a test to see if this works. Make a window. I don't know, I might make it out of a more sturdy piece of clear plastic. I'd actually made some windows already, but I lost them. So I had to make some other ones, and I decided to try something different. Can we see in there? Be much better once we got some light. I don't know, that might be too... No, because we'll be looking at it in lower light. So that reflection won't be too much of a problem. Okay, so that is a sound concept. Got to redo it though. Want them a little better than that. So the way I did that was by doing this and then doing this. Let it sit there for a couple days. It'll flatten out, even itself out nice and thin, and so thin, in fact, that it's virtually invisible. Where did you go? It's over there. Hey, Will. Darth Trent is here. Hey, Trent, how's it going? Will's Workshop. Hi, Will. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Everyone. Yeah, put this to the side. Somewhere safe. Which is not too many options around here. So I've got primer and light block on my sausage section here, top and the bottom of the sausage section. And I have, just pop that in right there. I have a piece to use for my front deflector dish cutout here. I think I showed this in one of my previous videos. So I got a just a cover from a disposable razor, but it's really cool. It's got this texture here. Well, not a texture, but there's some details inside of it. It's got a cool shape. unmute. So I guess when your microphone turns itself off, StreamYard mutes it. And when you hook it back up, you have to manually unmute. Can you guys hear me? Am I just talking to myself as usual? Yeah. Good morning. Hey, Alec. Good morning, afternoon, technically, everyone. I just hopped on. All right. Well, welcome to my testing first attempt stream, Alec. Wasn't planning on really doing this much. I just wanted to hook everything up and see if I could. And it appears that I can. My wife got me a long enough Ethernet cable that I could reach my computer. And also, I'm not trying to use OBS. My daughter said my computer sucks too hard to, I guess I should put this back on, eh? My daughter said my computer sucks too much to use OBS. And basically, every time I began the stream, it just would crash because it can't process the, it's this camera. This camera is too good for me and my computer and the rest of my equipment. Chase is here. Hey, buddy, how's it going, Skull? Wow, how do you look and see how many people are watching? Is there a way to see that? I hear you guys always doing that. How many people are watching? So, okay, now I don't know what to do. Everybody's watching now. I have no clue what to do. Well, need some thinking juice here. Just give me 1 second. All right. So move all these little rubber nubs out of the way. So what I've got here is some nacelles. And I was explaining right at the very beginning when Ken was the only one watching that I failed at my airbrushing. So I painted this with a brush by hand, and I failed in my color matching. So I was going for a pearl white with a little hint of this, what's called black flash. And I wanted it to be a little gleaming green, but that didn't work out for me, and it just turned into a plain silver. So I tried again, I mixed again, added more white, and I actually added some neon green into this to try to get that green hue. And it gave me something that looks very similar to the original Enterprise colors. Sort of that very, very light aqua sort of teal color. So those are dry, but what I'm going to do is put more coats of paint on there. I'm going to try to get my airbrush. I can't paint this with a brush. It's just going to be terrible. Little pieces like the nacelle and this front dish housing piece here, that's no problem. You're not really going to see too many brush strokes. And I can wet sand it, smooth out a little bit. It's a nice day outside, so I'm going to take these down and clear coat them down in my parking garage where I go to spray paint things from a can. I can use my airbrush in here. I've got a fan at the window. Apparently Ken says he's going to give me a spray booth, which I appreciate very, very much. Ken, you don't have to do that, but it's not a big deal, then I really appreciate that. Okay. So maybe I can get this piece worked on. So here is my top part for back here. I've cut a little notch. That's going to sit there. But what I want is to match this up to where I cut it away from. Coming up the front face right here. And then I'll take the remainder and bend it back for here. And also, this ring doesn't have much detail, so I'm going to take this ring and I'm going to replace it. I was going to try to cut it out of there with the Sonic Saber, but my genius brother-in-law Cam suggested I just sand it down. And I was like, shut your genius mouth. I'm going to do exactly that. But let me get rid of the painting puppy pea pad. Yeah, puppy pea pad for painting, pals. Just get rid of that there. Everybody's favorite tool. Say it with me, everybody. Fret leveling beam. Oh my, that's a nice fret leveling beam. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get. Let's see how long. Maybe I should go with the other. Go with this one. It's more coarse. Get down there quicker. Don't even really have to take the whole thing off. Just make it flat enough. I want to be careful that I don't get rid of those. Actually, those will be fiber optic lights. Sure. So I don't care. Sorry about the noise. Okay. Now I'll use this one. It'll take less dramatic strokes out of it. Plus, it's a little quieter. Okay, so move this out of here. Seriously? Okay, well, I immediately misplaced the other piece. Not put it in there. Stuck to the paint pad? Nope. Join the stream, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Remember, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Yes, like and subscribe. I'm pretty sure anyone that's watching this probably already subscribed. I don't imagine random people are tuning into this crap. Okay, the telltale sound. I found it. Yay, I found it. I just put it to the side. Okay, still got my original blade. Sharpened it a couple times, but I haven't changed it yet. All right, so I'm gonna cut this out. What I like to do is plunge it right in there. Hold the Sonic Saber. And just kind of rotate this piece right here. Try not to get too close to the edge of it. Blah. So this piece, or this side, has no sandpaper on it. So I can rub my finger up against it and get the bottom here without tearing the delicate flesh from my fingertips. So delicate is my flesh. Okay. Oops, spoke too soon. Sadly, this is not an Ian stream. I don't think he'll be fine. No, you're absolutely right, Alec. I won't be buying anything on the stream. I'm not really able to buy much of anything at all. Plus, we paid rent the other day, so bye-bye to that stuff. Roll that piece over. Sorry if I'm not flapping my lips enough to keep you guys entertained, but like I said, my videos are about 4 or 5 hours of work whittled down into half an hour to 45 minutes of the interesting stuff. A lot of times I just sit here for 5 minutes and think about what I'm going to do. And I will look at the piece. I will think. And I will look at the piece. And I'll look at the other piece. And I will think. And think. That's not bad. Okay. I just gotta re-round it just a little bit. Got a little too close to the edge on one spot there. Just gonna even it up. So I'm just kind of rolling it against the sanding paper here in the opposite direction as my stroke. Basically doing a burnout. Insert your burnout jokes right now. Now you need a producer. Well, that would be great, Ken, if I knew how to have one. What do I have to do for that? As long as you get to the end result, Howard says, as long as you get to the end results, unlike others, we knows. And how do you put, I don't know how to put the comments. There's nothing on my computer screen on StreamYards that shows me the comments. So I have to have my phone in front of me here with the YouTube app open, watching it. So I'm officially my first viewer. Sorry, Ken. You were very, very close second. But I bet you hit the like button before I did. I have not hit the like button on my own videos because that doesn't count. So there was a whole thing about it once. We won't get into that. We're not going to get into it today. All right. So, is anybody still reeling from the power of yesterday's dark side forces? Did you feel the hate inside of you and use its power? Use the power of the dark side. Did anyone use that power yesterday? No? Okay, where's my little crystals? Alrighty. Okay, so I have these, which I've used on almost all of my model builds so far. There's a couple different sizes. So what I like to do is take one of these and it's got silver on the bottom. So I get rid of that. Jody stole my cutting mat. Looks exactly like mine. Yeah, Dash, well, we use our cutting mats and cut on them and spill paint on them. And you're probably doing other stuff besides building models with your cutting mat. I had this long before I even started making models again. I've had this thing for a few years for cutting various other dealies. Okay, so we need a hole in the middle. A hole in the middle. Gonna use this one. So sometimes my bits are too small to fit into my chuck here. So happy little quick fix shrink tube. If you guys got any bits that won't fit into your Dremel, ear protection recommended. I do like to turn it down so that it goes slower and it tends not to melt the plastic as much. Okay, so the crystal gets painted blue on the bottom. Then it goes in there. Où est mon tweezers? Aha. I don't know about the this one's a little different. It's got those clip spots on either side. Maybe that might affect the way this lights up. So, okay. Change plans. I'm going to flatten the bottom. Get rid of those holes. Make it one big hole. Thin enough now, I can just sort of poke it out. Oh yeah, chat. Jody, Jody, you should read Todd's couple comments. Okay. Todd did the nookie. Todd did the nookie. Sorry, guys, for not keeping on the comments. Carrie Egbert, welcome, Carrie Egbert. Thanks for joining Trek Mod's first ever live stream. So we're looking for, should be a comments button on the right in StreamYard to open the chat window. Okay. Should be a mouse. There's one. I just gotta angle my screen down here. Private chat. Would it be the one that says private chat? Where is my arrow? Private chat. Okay. Chat with everyone in the studio. And like that. Did it even work? And just sent the ooey gooey goody sticky yum yums and syrup. Okay, sorry guys, I'm scrolling back to try to find Todd's comments. You're doing great, man. Well, I like that comment. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, buddy. I'm doing great. Yay. Okay, so yeah, because I got my computer plugged into the internet, and I'm not trying to use OBS. That was giving me a problem because evidently my computer is out of date. It was my mom's computer, and I just took it when she passed away. And she didn't need a fancy computer because all she ever did was look on Facebook and do Scrabble games, crosswords, stuff like that. How's my video? Can you guys like see what I'm doing? Is it bright enough? Because I could possibly maybe make it brighter. Yes, Alec, I'm also looking forward to doing a Cerritos buddy build with you, buddy. That'll be fun. Someone will have to walk me through the process of like at the beginning where you see Ken and Jordan both on the same screen explaining what they did last time and what they're going to do today. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if you would do that through StreamYards or Zoom call. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. First time I ever did like a Zoom call style thing was a couple weeks ago with Ken for the airbrushing lessons. And evidently nothing sunk in, Ken. None of that sunk in. I was so frustrated last night with my I think it's just the crappy quality paint that I used. Something went weird and the paint like almost curdled, but only this white. Any little chunks that are in here that I've strained it like 6-7 times and I got tons and tons of chunks out, and all the chunks are white. And then if there's like a chunk on here, like right here, you can kind of see little bumps. So that's a chunk from the paint, and then when I sand that off, it's white underneath. It's only the white paint that seems to have some kind of problem. And yeah, I think it's just a matter of me getting better paints. Message retracted. Okay, I don't know. Ricardo says video looks great. It's 5x5. What's 5x5, Howard? And I'm still not seeing chat on my computer screen. It says chat with everyone in the studio. Oh, there's something. Okay, they have my messages there, but I'm not seeing any of yours. Seeing them on my YouTube chat. What did you thin with? The isopropyl alcohol and water mixture. That's what I thinned with, because that's what I had. Round file in here. I don't know if you can detect this on the camera, but I'm sort of moving my file back and forth a little bit, not keeping it stationary, filing in one spot, because then I'll end up with a little divot. So by always moving the file, it just ensures that any bumps get taken down evenly, and I'm not just filing one spot and then making a hole where I just wanted to get rid of the bump. So what I'm doing is sort of going in a circular motion and back and forth with my file, you know, as you do. Okay, fret leveling beam can go bye-bye. So now I'm going to need, click on only use water. Okay. Yeah, I think he told me that last time, and it didn't sink in. 5x5 means it's all good. All right. Thank you, Howard. It's all good. Only use water. Buckman, click on the chat messages in StreamYard and they should show on screen. Click on the chat messages. But there are no messages in, there's only the one I typed. Oh, comments? Okay. I had to lift up my glasses so I could see the side there. Thanks, Buck. Thank you, Buck. Show. Did it. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Yay. I'm gonna chat and stream and all right. Okay. Yay. How do you star the comments? So okay, I see it. Star. Da-da-da. Yeah, just look at stuff, Jody. Look at stuff and read what it says. Figure it out. I hope you can't hear me swallowing my coffee. That's gross. Okay, so I need a flat piece. Time to bust out. All right, time to bust this guy out. Come here. All right, YMCA. There's one piece bigger than that. Conceal. Conceal. Sorry. I wasn't prepared. Okay, so I want it to be bigger than that. You guys can't see it, but I can. dropping stuff. Okay, so here's my crystal thing, and I want that one. So just turn that around. Okay, take my antler tool here, flatten that back out a bit. That's got to come out too. Okay. Watch out, Ken's using his officer voice. Got a comment again to take it down. Why would I want to do that? I don't want to take anyone's comments down. Ken's using his officer voice. Alex says, LOL, I need to start using StreamYard for my streams as well, Jody. It looks like there's a lot of benefits to it, especially when you can invite people to join in. Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet, Alec. Like I said, I was just setting up to test this today to see if I could even do it at all. And since a bunch of people started watching, well, I'm just going to continue screwing around here for a little while.
It's working pretty smooth for you.
It is working pretty smooth. Yeah, well, I'm not using that OBS thing. This one here is just a website. Well, you have a good computer. Yeah. I was just talking to my kid there, folks. Just talking to my kid. Okay, so that's gonna go something like this. Right there. Probably, you know what? That's not cool. That piece is not cool. I can do better than that. I can do better, I swear. Yeah. That's better. The other one I cut was a little small, so when I popped a hole in it, it warped it all out of proportion. And there's the customary drinking of the water by the dog and the squawking of the bird. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come say hi. Say, what's going on, shipheads? Where are you going? It's camera shy. Camera shy bird. Love it to flick. Love the flick to remove maneuver. Oh, well, thanks, Dash. I'm constantly flicking things all the time. You need something removed, you just flick it. It's the easiest way. That's why when you tell someone to flick off, they go away and they're easily removed. Sorry for the background noise. Again, I wasn't prepared to be doing this, so I didn't notify anybody in my family that I was doing this. Just trying to make this round enough so that it fits in here like so. This one like so. And then this one like so. It's going to be there. Boom. That is, oh yeah, stuck to my thumb. That is what we do. And then when I put a light down there, it looks pretty cool, man. Do I have one? I do have one. Oy vey. Hey guys, look what I can do. Never mind. Okay, so keep in mind it's not blue. A live stream. I have lots of noise in the background of my live videos. Well, from what I've seen on the live streams with everybody else, Buck, it doesn't seem too bad. But that's the thing about having people around. We love everybody, and when they come into the stream, that's just more love for everyone else to share. I don't know. Don't it make any sense? Okay, so we'll have something that looks like this. You guys ever see that Art Attack show with Neil? That show was awesome. He'd make something and then he'd say, you'll have something that looks like this. You can actually see the facets in the crystal in there. That's why I like using these. Just looks super cool. Let me see if I can give me 1 second. I got a wireless mic. I can actually go to the other side of the room and grab the Excelsior. Okay, you'll get rid of a few lights. Just want to see if I can get if I can give you guys a good look at the boom. Okay, so I don't know how well this is going to show on the actual camera. I have to change my glasses so that I can see my screen. Bear with me, people. First time. First time. There's a first time for everything. So yeah, you can see the dimensions of it in there. You can see some of the facets. Very cool. Yes, it is. Thank you, Buck. It is very cool. And there's the other one. So this piece is the piece that comes with the Excelsior kit for when you use the small double impulse crystals right here. It gives you these little things, and it's like anyone that's built this will know that it's like a little mushroom shaped pin, right? So what I did was I cut the little stem part off, and I used ball gouge. Well, you guys know what a ball gouge is. It's a little bit with a ball gouge on the end of it. And I scooped out the inside and turned it into a little dome. A little harder to see that one because it's quite small. Excelsior. Can we see my shuttle? Check it out. Oh. Shuttle coming out of the shuttle bay there. So yeah, I just kind of took the little shuttle that they give you with the plate there and carved it out and stuck a piece of fiber optic on it. You can see if I can get a shot inside my shuttle bay there. So if I do make it to Wonderfest, you guys, I'll be bringing this. What's the scale? This is a 1000 scale Excelsior kit from Polar Lights. My impulse engines aren't really lighting up too well right now. So I got my little crystal lenses in there. And I made the I made that. So yeah, that's the crystal part of it. So that's what I'm going for with this. Is the same sort of setup. We got that here, and we got that there. I'll have to make the little domes that came with this. I mentioned before, they didn't give me the clear sprue for the Reliant. They gave me the clear sprue for the Enterprise refit, and it's obvious they did because it has a deflector dish, and the impulse engine clear pieces do not fit. They're totally different. The little domes, one was too small and one was too big. Neither of them fit these. Actually, I mean, there was only one because the Enterprise only had one, and it was too small for one and too big for the other, so it wouldn't have worked. I believe it's in here somewhere. There's the impulse clear piece, so this belongs on the Enterprise. This does not fit the Reliant one here with the kit in anyway. And also on the Enterprise kit, these details of the photon torpedo launcher would be on a solid white sprue, but Ken showed me his Reliant kit from the same box, and his are clear molded sprue for these details, so I didn't even get those details at all. As I said, they sent me the Enterprise, and I had to make my own chiller grills because they're slightly different, just different enough that they wouldn't fit. And also I wanted 4 of them because I'm lighting these nacelles on both sides. So I don't know if you guys caught the video for it or not, but I used a piece of lenticular plastic from one of those 3D pictures, and I made myself 4 of these chiller grills. It's a little nicer. There's finer lines in the plastic, so it's got a little more detail to it. Carrie Egbert says, I like the Annex and the Excelsior kit. Both of those are awesome. When you were building those, it was fun to watch. Hornet refits going to be awesome. Well, thank you very much, Carrie Egbert. You watched along with the Excelsior refit build series. If you did, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That Excelsior that I showed you there, that was my third. That was my third model kit that I did. The first one I did was the Discovery version of the Enterprise, which, if you guys know, I modded into a sound. Okay, well, I guess the am I back? Because sometimes he's like putting the parts under. That's the one bad thing about wireless mics. Yes, that should have lasted longer than that, though. Well, at least there's two of them in the box, and I can plug the other one in. Maybe when I'm doing this, I'll just put my wired mic back on, because I just have hanging from the camera mount right there. Alex says we can hear you again. Thank you very much, Alex. Appreciate that. Sound is good. Okay, so probably couldn't hear me asking, but I asked you, and then I said I'll wait 7 seconds to hear an answer. Do you guys want to see the NX01 refit model? And Buck, stop pulling out Jody's audio cord. I'm cured. Buck, I thought you went deaf for a second. Is that what you thought? Okay. So I'm just waiting for an answer if you guys want to see this or not. Well, you're going to see it anyways. Cue the moon. There's the moon. So this is just a light from the dollar store. It had color changing LEDs in it. And I ripped that out and put a solid one in. Separate switch for the model. Looks like I need to replace my batteries. You see the dish? My deflector. Oh, Joey stole the moon. So this is what I'm going for on my Reliant Hornet refit here, or the Miranda Hornet refit. Something very similar to what we see here on the NX01. I got that front section cut out. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I did the pencil lines on this, but it looks like I went maybe a little heavy-handed. Hold on, let me just get some very bright in here. This webcam you sent me here is very good in low light conditions. I just turned all the lights off in here, and it's still this bright. So there's my crystal for this one, and that is one of the tiny ones right there on the end. But same process I showed you on the Excelsior. Took that little pin, cut the stem off, carved it into a dome, Yes, Alec, I want to buy the Helios NX01 as well. I would love to be able to get one of those gigantic models. Biggest one I got so far is the Enterprise 350 that Ken sent me. I want to develop my skills a little better. Maybe I should develop my linguistic skills. Like to develop my skills a little better before I tackle something like that, because I'd like it to turn out very, very good. And I got some big plans for that. I want to do some little interiors, you know, maybe the rec deck or the bowling alley, something like that. Yeah, you guys know? I'm sure everybody knows. Enterprise had a bowling alley, the original one. I think Kirk even mentions it in one of the episodes when they had some dignitaries on board, and he says, "You guys want to see the Enterprise bowling alley?" Howard says, "Alec, be careful. It might cost more to get it sent than buying it." Uh, as far as I understand, those models from Helios are quite pricey. So, and they're also quite big. So, yeah, the shipping would. That reminds me, Ricardo Shark, if you're still watching, and you want me to ship you that Lost in Space Jupiter 2 model, I'll need your coordinates. I'll need your shipping information and your address. I checked with my local post office, and it shouldn't cost that much. If it's under 20 or 25 bucks, I'll cover it and I'll just send it off to you. If it's more than that, I have to weigh the package. So I got to find my little kitchen scale thingy so I can weigh the package and then get a more accurate estimate of the shipping price. But I'll be happy to send that to you whenever I get a chance to do that, which will be very soon. And there's also something else sent out to somebody, and hopefully they should be receiving those pretty soon. Let's see. Carrie Egbert Dash said, yes, they are. I believe Shark is in the Delta Quadrant. Tim Rose. Hello, Tim Rose. Welcome to Trek Mod's first ever live stream. What am I working on? I am working on what I'm calling the Miranda Hornet refit project. So this is a USS Reliant model, 1000 scale kit, and I've removed the entire side and replaced it with my own windows, and I cut out a section of the front which is going to have a deflector dish at the front, which I'm going to make out of this disposable razor cover. And I have made, where's my window? All these tiny pieces I make, they're hard to keep track of. There we go. I've got a window. It's going to go right there. That's going to go right in there. And instead of my nacelles coming down on pylons here, this goes here. The impulse crystal will be here. This will be chopped off and bent down. This is going to be a shuttle bay, and I'm going to attempt to do something similar as I did on the Excelsior refit, with some details inside the shuttle bay there. I'll have to try to make some 1000 scale shuttles from scratch, and then my nacelles are going to be, that's backwards, but they're going to be coming off the side right here, and I'm using the overhead roll bar pylons to mount my nacelles, so they're going to be coming off like that. Yeah. And then there's this, which is the underslung pod, which is going to be here. So as I said, Reliant Hornet refit. I'm very inspired by Bill Krause's design of the Duderstadt class from Star Trek Picard, and the motion picture era design of the I believe it was called the Hornet or the Stinger. So we got that. That's got a housing for the deflector dish. And where's my arboretum? I made an arboretum. Go check out my video of that, Tim Rose. There's a video where I made this little arboretum for inside my Reliant Hornet build. The trees are made from chopped up kitchen sponge and copper wire. Hard to see, there's rocks in there that are made from crushed up Tums. The sand is onion powder, the grass is dill, and the darker dirt is ground cloves. How do you like your coffee? I like mine on the sweeter side. Yeah, me too, Alec. I like my coffee on the sweeter side. Find if it's not made properly, it's very, very bitter. Bitter. Around here, we got Tim Hortons, and it makes me wonder why anyone would ever want to drink a coffee from Starbucks, because just awful. Just so awful. I tried one when I was in Toronto once. Now we have Starbucks here in Sudbury. There's like 2 or 3 of them. Come on. People in Sudbury can barely afford homes and rent. You shouldn't be making them pay $8 for a cup of coffee. Anyways, I digress. Okay. Now that I've made a big mess and strewn my components all over the workbench, I'm going to cut this one off, you guys. I got to end this. As I said, I was just testing to see if I could even do it. I wasn't planning on doing this stream. I'll be working on this later on, making my next video in my build series of this. But when I do my official first live stream, I would like to be either working on the book nook that Todd sent me, but also I have another. So speaking of book nook, I have this set here with the 2500 scale Enterprises, the original and the refit. So I saw a couple of groovy little videos on YouTube where people are making scratch built book nooks, a couple Star Wars themed ones, and I think I can do something cool with the little Enterprise. I'm gonna put some lights in this, and then I think I can do like a sort of a nebula in a box. You know what I mean? Like the clouds with like the cotton batting and paint. Hold on. Something like this. Like the Enterprise D exploding over Viridian 3. So this is cotton balls and paint and some clear coat, stuff like that. I got to rewire this, but there we go. the Enterprise D exploding over Viridian 3. So I think I can do something similar with, like, purples and blues and purples and whatever. Make like a little nebula. So my original plan was that I would have this, I don't know if you can see, but there's magnets in there. So I built this whole under section, and I built this top section here with the phaser strip. There's even the battle bridge underneath that I made from scratch. Just under there. Made the little battle bridge. But what was happening was this wouldn't fit back together. I made this part a little too thick, so my magnets weren't able to make contact, and it wasn't a strong enough bond. So I was going to throw this project out and scrap it. But then I got inspired and decided to try the Enterprise exploding over Viridian 3, which I think didn't turn out half bad. Thanks, Cam. Thanks, Howard. Thanks, Ken. Good plan, Howard? What does he mean by that? Uh-oh, don't be planning. I'll take McDonald's coffee. Okay, yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah, Starbucks does suck. Black coffee. It looks tasty. What looks tasty, my coffee or the exploding Enterprise? Okay, turn that off. Yeah, I got a few things to do around here, you guys. So I will figure out. Yes, I know there was no damage on the saucer when it crashed, but you know what? I had the decals, so looks cool. Okay, everyone who's here, I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. This is my first time doing this, and I don't really know what to properly do. I have a hard enough time just making my videos, let alone trying to do this. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit, and I'm going to say thank you to everyone who's here. How do you look and see how many people are here? I don't know. Maybe you guys will have to tell me later. Dash is saying nice look of the D. Thanks, Dash. Like I said, that was my last ditch effort to just salvage something out of that model without having to throw it away. But as you saw, there is another one. I do have another kit of the same exact scale. I have a different plan for this one. I showed some pictures on Discord there before, and I made a post on YouTube. I showed my drawing of it. Anyways, my idea. I'd like to make this look like original series era of the Galaxy class. So we're going to smooth it out. We're going to get rid of all the bumps. We're going to get rid of the phaser strip. We're going to change the secondary hull so it's more cylindrical, barrel shaped. I'm going to change the shape of the nacelles so they're a little more rounded. I do have plans to turn this into a TOS era Galaxy class, and I do have plans to make little book nooks. I have lots of plans. Just like the Federation itself, I have lofty ideals and no money. But what are you going to do, right? I have to rely on the kindness of strangers, I've always found. Okay, guys, I'm going to end this. Find my mouse so I can find the stop button. I think I've tortured everybody enough. Todd says in SY, upper left corner of your video window next to the I logo. The I logo in my video window. Oh, to see how many people are watching. Oh yes, 16. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy, you guys. I didn't expect a single person even to tune into this. And then I got a hello from Ken, and I said, "Oh, hi, Ken," and he said it was working good and coming through good. So I stretched it out for a bit. I screwed around a little bit. Thanks, guys, for what do I do? I know there's a million things you can do. No, I can't say that. That one's taken already. Damn it. All the good ones are taken. All right. Thanks for thanks for tagging along on my test stream attempt one. Looks like it was successful. Seems like everything's working good. So if I do this again, I'll let you guys know ahead of time so you can tune in, and I'll actually have a plan as to what I'll be doing on it. But like I was going to say, my first official one, I want it to be the book nook that Todd sent me. I'm just so excited to get to that thing, but I didn't want to start working on it all by myself because I want it to be fun. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. And hopefully if I do this again, you guys will check it out. So what do I do? And the big red button? Is that the one? Press the Ian button. You're doing it right, bro. Oh, thanks, Johnny. Thanks, buddy. Nice to meet you all. Oh, nice to meet you too, Imadawa. Just kidding. You're 10 feet away from me down below. Take care, Jody. Thanks, Todd. I appreciate it. And Todd, thanks for the stuff you sent me. Like, I wouldn't have been able to even think about trying to do this if it wasn't for that magical, wonderful gift that you guys got together on and sent me. So I appreciate that so much. It's HTM that is making Trek mods better, not me. It's HTM. Uh-oh. Time to go.